Hola, and welcome to episode 89 of Word to Your Mama. But this is Relatives 18. Relatives 18. Relatives is a podcast within a podcast. Relatives explores the true story of how a first-generation Mexican girl, that's me, and a black girl, that's Naisha, meet in South Bay, San Diego, become relatives. We discuss black and brown unity, hip-hop, overcoming trauma, crazy movie-type moments, navigating life, and so much more. Black and brown unity por vida. Today's episode is called Eager as Swabies. If you listen to the rest of the episode, you'll understand where that comes from. But we get an update on Malik / Mike. Street epigenetics, is that a thing? Moded or molded? And more back in the day slang. You know, what did you use? Is it a regional thing? Do you use the current slang vernacular that quote unquote kids are using? Or do you feel too old to be using it? Do you understand it? And all those things. How I used tactics that are usually used on black and brown folks against a white unstable neighbor the other day at 6 o'clock in the morning. Also, didn't I scare some immigrant workers and got them into trouble? Who's to say, and so much more. Also, I don't know, have no idea what the Supernatural Bear is going to talk about. You know, I'm going to let him freestyle as always. He hasn't done it yet, so that's why I don't know. And then we have links in the show notes as show notes. Oh my God. Show notes. Show notes. I got links in the show notes for a broader, a link to find out exactly what epigenetics are, a link to the hefty commercial, a link to me on the Rick H show, which is great. You definitely have to check that out. They're on the brother, why not talking today? On the Brother Network Latino Pods. And then a link to the Cardi B Boogie Down Bronx side talk link that I mentioned. Oh my God. Yeah, that's the show notes, not the show notes. Woo! Oh my goodness. I just had some craisins and some walnuts. I'm thinking maybe that's what happened. Who's to say? But anyways, let's get into this.
Didn't even move it from last time. Maybe I was too close.
Yeah.
How about now? Do I sound okay?
So. Yeah, it's better.
I think I was just up close and.
All right, Relly. So this is Relatives 18.
Going strong.
Relatives 18.
Strong, baby.
We haven't missed a month this year in 2022.
Nice. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, so it's been nice. Oh. First and foremost, what is the update on Malik?
Yo, that dude's missing in action. I've asked like 5 people that I know. I told you I went back on Facebook. I'm not even on Facebook to reach out.
Nada.
3 people answered. 2, like, I guess maybe they're not on Facebook. So I didn't get any answers, but no one has seen or heard of him.
Wow. It's a mystery. Yeah. I need you to keep digging.
Yes, I will. It's on. I have nothing but time right now, so it's definitely on and popping. Yo, so I did have a question from a friend who is going to become a listener because she didn't know about it. I don't know why, and she's in industry. Like, it's funny. So she's from Dago.
Okay.
She wrote on her Insta story. She's all, what is molded? But then she put MODED. And then so I answered her and I was like, I think you mean molded. I think it's molded. And because I have heard people say it different ways.
It's funny because I'm going to let you finish, but someone wrote something about that right now.
So I'm like, girl, I think it's molded. We said molded. Like, oh, you molded. I think that's what we said. Yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what we said. Molded.
So I tried to explain it to her. She's like, girl, I know what it means, but like.
Which one
molded,
is it?
No, she's all, but if it's molded, what does mold have to do with what it means? Like, I was like, I don't know, maybe like because you stale. I don't know.
But what does moded have to do either? Like the mode of transportation? Like what? Who cares? Like slang sometimes doesn't have a rhyme or reason sometimes.
Right. So Tara, that's what it is. We don't know. We're just using it. Like, it's funny.
Tara, okay. Shout out to Tara. So let me do another shout out right here. Colony Little, she was living in LA and then she moved to North Cackalack. She's an amazing art writer. She's been a guest on here twice. She's amazing. She's also on the board of the Raleigh, North Carolina Museum of Modern Art. Mm-hmm. So she wrote, nice. Ritzy, how many dealerships did Cal Worthington have? This is her listening to the last episode. She goes, I remember those commercials in the Bay Area too. I thought it was Pussy Cow too. And then she says, I think you and Aisha need to dedicate a segment to California only sayings. And she put both. She put moded and molded.
Yes.
She put face. And she put hella. And she put hecka. And then she said, thanks for the trip down memory lane. Needed a laugh after today. No, but I will be betting. I'll bet money on that there's a Stater Brothers on Euclid somewhere.
For sure.
And then she goes, oh, shit, there's one in Raleigh. And I was like, ooh, is it Hood? She goes, no, not Hood. And she's like, it's a residential in a historic area. And then she put historic equals near an old plantation area. I was like, ooh. So then I thought of this.
Maybe it was a last name.
So then I thought of this. So we might have talked, I don't know if we talked on here, but I talk about it a lot about epigenetics. Like, your trauma and stuff like that gets passed on, like scientifically backed facts. It's called epigenetics that, trauma and all these things. So like, generational trauma is just all in us. Does the street Euclid have generational trauma? Because it started in North Carolina in a plantation area. So that's maintained and is nice. But because of where it started and how I'm stretching here. Right. But I just thought it was so interesting that, North Carolina where is one of the port cities where a lot of slaves landed first. Or a lot of people can trace their roots to Virginia, North Carolina, blah, 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 blah. And then it's a name of a plantation, it's in a plantation area, Euclid. And then as the United States grows and Euclid grows and fucking racism and all this stuff, and then it just turns hood and hood. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
And so I was thinking epigenetics for the streets.
For the streets.
Epigenetics for the streets. So thank you, Colony.
That's funny.
So we're talking about another question. Did you ever tell him about that?
I need to send it because he was on vacation. And then, I had an accident. So we're hitting and missing. But I got to reach out to him and, let him know what's up.
Okay. So if you hear this one, hello. But when we're talking about, jingles and everything, yes. I hit up my homeboy that I talked about, Uncle, Supernatural Bears, Uncle Mr. D. And I told him, and I sent him the link and I told him to listen to that one part where we're singing stuff and doing stuff. Yes. He was rolling because I sang the boot world because him and I sing that one all the time. World. So then he sent me, we talk about Sports Chalet. We'll take you to the limit. That one. And and then I was thinking about other commercials. And so this on Tuesdays, the Supernatural Bear, it's garbage days. He hates it. And
he hates it?
Yeah,
because he has to take it out.
It's his chore.
Gotcha. Right? I knew he used to love garbage trucks. So how does he hate it now?
But he hates collecting it himself around the house and da da da. So, anyways, I remember he told Uncle Mr. D a couple years ago, yeah, man, I just started starting a new chore, and it turns out I got to do it for the rest of my life. He was bummed. Because I was telling him, I go, you got to do something. You have to do something here. I go, and then when you go and you have your own place, you got to do it there too.
Never
So he was bummed with the realization of what's to come. But then so he was doing something, and he was doing something with the bags, and he has to go collect it from everywhere and stuff like that. And then we're talking about, he was like walking around doing, like swinging it around, and I was like, don't do that, mijo. I was like, what if that opens and then it goes everywhere? I go, these ain't hefty bags. And then I go, hefty. And then I go, whippy.
Instant jingle.
Right? All the time, all day long. And he was like, what? He's like, what does hefty mean? So we were explaining to him. And then that's when that song came about. So then I showed him because, the glory that is YouTube, I showed him the video. And it's like, whippy.
Oh my goodness. These kids don't know. They don't understand.
They don't know what we had to go through. So if you're listening, I'm going to do some polls on Twitter and on Instagram too later after this airs. Well, after this drops, I'm going to be like, is it moded or is it molded?
We shall know. We'll
get the biggest numbers. Is it regional?
I think so. I think so.
East Coast say molded.
I think that's a West Coast thing.
And we say molded because maybe they invented it and then maybe telephone and went to us and we thought it said molded.
Or you know how on the West Coast we're proper and we say things like all out and we're like molded and they're like molded. Like you can't even hear the L in it. So
true. Silent L.
Silent L. But I hate, this is one of my, I guess, pet peeves or dislikes in the slang. Road dog or roll, R-O-L-L. Why? What is a roll, R-O-L-L dog? There's a road dog.
It's road.
People say roll, R-O-L-L.
Really? Maybe they do, and I never noticed that. But that would bother me too. It's not roll dog. Also, that takes extra effort. Roll dog.
And the last one from me today, my bad or my bag. It's not bag. People say bag. Listen, folks. Wait. Listen. You better get it right.
What do you mean they say my back?
Like in what? B-A-G. That's worse than back.
But in what context? Like use it in a sentence.
Like, oh, my bad. Oh, my bag. Bag.
No.
Instead of bad. Back. I heard that. What? Yes. Yeah.
Oh my! I've never heard that. I never heard someone misuse it like that.
Yeah, roll, dog, and bag.
Oh, my back.
But not back. Bag.
Oh, that's worse, huh?
Yes.
Both of them suck.
I've heard bag. B-A-G. Bag.
My bag. What? Your money? Your what?
Bag lady? What? Nah. So you guys got to get these slang words together.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really used face. Like, ooh, face. We use base.
Oh, babe.
I still to this day, something happens.
And she basing on you.
And I'll be like, ooh, base in your face.
Well, see, you use both. Maybe base and face means the same thing, but you use both.
Ooh, yeah, because I use that. I think it was from a song. But you're right. That's a good observation. But I don't think I've ever said, ooh, face.
But look, base in your face, motherfucker, silly cuck ass
yeah,
cucker,
exactly.
like da. Yeah, you know.
So maybe some people just like almost say face. Like I know say save face. Like, ooh, they were trying to save face. I understand that.
I don't even remember face.
But I don't know face. So tell us, how do you use that?
Face, yeah.
Use it in a sentence.
And we used to call ugly boys and girls ducks.
Yeah. That was our favorite. She's a that's a
duck, mud duck.
That's extra. That's extra foul.
When you hella ugly mud duck.
But like, she's a duck. You know who would get that? Anika.
And Yolanda.
Oh yeah.
She's a duck. Yeah.
Dude, we gotta bring that back.
Oh man, that's hilarious. I don't know. These words these days the kids say, I'm like, what? Oh, no cap.
There's some I refuse to use. And I tell my friends, you're too old you're too old for that.
Yeah, no
like
cap.
I'll use fire, but mostly I don't say it. I just use the emoji.
Yes, for sure. Oh, that's fire.
That's fire. Like, yeah. But lit, I refuse.
That's litty.
No litty, no lit. I think that's a certain, anyone can say it, but for me, I will not.
I think I'll say dope before I say lit.
I say dope all day. I did a TikTok, a tip-top of what's a word that you'll always use? And I was like, easy.
Dope.
I did a stitch and I was like, dope.
Yeah, for sure.
I used it back. I've used it since the 80s, since it came out. And I kept using it when the kids were like, only old people say dope. I don't care.
Really?
I didn't care. Yeah, there was a time where like, it was a whole thing on social media. Like, oh, you're old if you use dope. Now all the kids are using dope.
They're back to it.
They're back. It's all single. So I don't care. I roll with it. It's going to be dope, like all day.
Sometimes I'll be like, oh, that's sick.
Yeah, sick. I'll do sick. Yeah.
Sick and dope, for sure.
Sick and dope, for sure. But lit, nah.
No. No cap for me? Nah. It took me a long time to figure that out, like, and make the
connection of what it is.
Yeah, it's like I just gave up and was just like, okay, that's just what they say. No cap.
I know what it means because of Tip Top.
I mean, I know what it means, but
like how they use it and stuff. I was like, what is that? What?
Like, why the word cap?
Because I never heard. Because I'm not around anyone that would use it, so I would only see it on social media stuff. And then they were like, they had that one mom that she embarrasses her kids by using all the slang.
Yes.
But
what about when your food is bussin'?
No, I can't.
I didn't know what that was until like some kids at my job. They're like, but I'm like bust down Tatiana, like, but they're like, no. Oh, and I kept saying, oh, this is bustin', and they're like, no, it's bussin'. Like they kept correcting me. I give up. I'm not trying to use it. I'm not trying to use that anyway. This shit good as fuck. Y'all say I'm bustin'.
Yeah, no, not at all.
All the words. So
hilarious.
That's funny. So here we are.
But we incorporate some of the new stuff, a little bit here and there.
A little
bit, just a little bit.
Because I just feel weird saying it. Like I will feel like, oh, I'm older, trying to act young.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
So I don't try. Even with style, high tops. I love high tops, but certain ones, I'm like, ooh, I feel like I'm trying to look young.
Trying too hard.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember we used to say eager?
Yeah.
You eager. Them eager ass Swabies. So I still say that sometimes.
Eager.
Like,
That's hilarious. I got to bring that back.
Yeah,
oh, you're looking a little
eager. It was stressing to
something
get out the house.
That's hilarious. I haven't heard that in forever.
Yeah,
eager
that was our thing. That was our thing, though.
I think that's the title of this episode. Eager
ass
Swabies.
And for those of you who don't know what Swabies are, those are military guys, and they lived on the ship. And on the weekends or whenever they had time off, we said eager because you could tell by their dress code. Yeah. They just put on their best outfits. They put all the clothes together. Cross
to go to the mall.
Just to go to the mall. So we're like, oh, they were eager to get off the ship. So we just look at them like, eager.
You just said it like when you say chops.
Oh, chops. That's chops.
That's chops.
You got the Mexican slang too. Don't play with
Chapalapa.
That's chops.
That's so chops.
Oh man, we had an international slang. I love it.
Yeah, we were the United Colors of Predator. Like we went all around.
All around. But I'm still saying hella all the time. I feel like that's just Cali. That's just Cali.
I was on live the Rick 8 show last night, live on YouTube. It was super fun. And they asked me something and I said hella, he goes, there, because they're from New York. They're in New York. They're like, there it is. There's that Cali slang.
For sure. Yo, it's bananas. That's so. Do they still say that? I wonder.
Yeah,
like,
that's bananas. That's crazy. For sure.
East Coast, New York, they have hilarious slang.
They do. And it's just, sometimes it's just like not changing the word. It's just how you say it. Like, I love it. I love it.
Yes. That's why I love Cardi B, because she's just like, She just says where the hell she wants. Like, she's just still, where's she from?
Exactly. There's this one, you know that one, yo, fuck your life, that guy. I'll put the link in the video. It's these little YouTube shorts. They're amazing. I watched this one with Cardi B in it. Almost for a while, I was watching like almost every day, but I gotta watch it at least once a week.
Right.
I can't. I'm not gonna play it because then I might get in trouble. But I'm gonna send it to you. But it just starts off with like Cardi B with the mic in the crowd. They're in the Bronx. She's like, everybody can suck my dick. Shout out to the Bronx. Like, she's just, it is the best thing ever. And people are screaming the way it's cut and edited. It's, I can watch it like 10 times in a row. It's
so
my
funny.
favorite
so
thing.
Funny.
It's so New York and so crazy.
It's just so real. So real.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So I've been up since super early, and I wanted to tell you, we talked about racial profiling, I think the last episode and stuff. So, you know, I've been on crazy deadlines, so I went to sleep pretty late. I was woken up by drilling at 6 in the morning. And at first I thought I was hallucinating. I was like, is that? And then I look, and then he's still asleep. So I was like, oh, I'm hallucinating. And they hear, and I was like, oh, I'm a what? I got up. I said, what the fuck?
Right.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Cox sabe que tu familia no para. Por eso ofrece nuevos paquetes de Internet que te brindan la misma velocidad y flexibilidad que esperas de Cox. Además, Panoramic Wi-Fi está incluido en algunos planes sin costo adicional. Es Internet que sigue tu ritmo. Todo sin contrato anual, que significa que no hay molestos cargos por terminación anticipada. Desconéctate de tu rutina, pero no de tu Wi-Fi cuando estás fuera de casa. Cox te da acceso a más de 3 millones de hotspots de Wi-Fi. Después de un largo día, reúnen la familia para una noche de películas con Contour Stream Player. Disfruta de deportes en vivo, tus programas favoritos en Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus y más con apps de streaming populares. Conoce más en cox.com/español. So I went outside because the acoustics are crazy because we live by by a mountain, and it's just weird. Like, you might think it's coming from one direction, but really the people are on another side. So I wanted to make sure before I started going crazy. So then I heard that it was our backyard neighbors, but there's a metal fence, but then there's the big bushes like trees. So I can't see. It's not like I can be over. So I'm just half awake, and I just say, why are you drilling at 6 o'clock in the morning? I hear this guy. I don't know them, right? Never seen him. Oh, sorry. Go back to sleep. We're doing it because it's hot later. Go back to sleep.
Mother.
So, and then I was like,
okay.
I was like, okay. If he stops, it's done, right? If he stops, it's done. I go back in the house.
Ordinance or something?
Yeah. So I go back in the house. It's quiet, and all of a sudden, it's 6:15. And I said, fuck. I had enough. I said, fuck this shit. Before I tell the story, I just want a side note. In my rage, because you know how when you're like adrenaline's running on and stuff? In my rage, I had enough, foresight to put on a mask because white people, right? I knew he was white. That's what I knew for sure.
Because he said, go back to sleep.
Yeah, for sure. So I was like, fuck this shit. So I was wearing just a t-shirt, shorts, my hair's all crazy, no eyebrows. I put on a cap, my glasses, and I go and I get in my car and I go, and I because they're behind me and we're at the end of the street, So I go behind. So then I see I'm not on their property. There's a gate, but I could see their driveway and stuff. And I see this guy. Immediately, probably especially because I'm brown, and he's just like, I go, excuse me, I'm your neighbor from back there. He goes, yeah, and I was like, so why are you drilling? This is way too early. He's like, well, what does it matter? It's just a vacation rental. You guys go in and out all the. And I was like, what does that matter? I go, I've been here since 2018, blah, 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 blah. And he was just like, oh, really? Oh, I'm just doing some work. I'm going to work for who? For that guy. Some guy comes out and immediately, I knew immediately that he was unstable. Like unstable mentally and unstable a little bit.
Mace? You didn't have your mace?
Dude, I wasn't, I was just so enraged. I just boned out. So then that dude comes out, didn't hear any of our discussion, none of our discussion, right? And the guy that was talking to me, he was like, oh, I'm just, I'm doing work for him. Homeboy comes out trying to walk fast, but he can't walk fast. All he's doing is telling me, fuck off, shut the fuck up, fuck off, you ugly fuck. First of all, you can't see me, dude. I have a hat on and a mask.
And I'm fine as hell. So,
please believe it.
Whatever.
So, he's like something, and then he walks away. He's like, get on my fucking property. I'm going to call the police.
Please
right?
do.
And I go, so then I took a second, and it just registered like how it does, like computed in my brain. White men, unstable, do not engage. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, do not engage. Because I will get crazy and this will not end well.
Well, that part.
Like it all just like, and then I was like, so the only thing I said was like, when they started walking away and I'm at the gate, I was like, oh, word? I go, it's on and popping. It is on and popping.
It's on and popping. Oh, it's over.
I got in my car. And then this is the sad reality truth of it all. As we talk about racial profiling and just dealing with cops and being in this life, being black and brown. Also in my brain, computed super quickly as I was amazed that I put a mask on, was I went to the side, like literally I'm right behind, like it's behind our house. I didn't have to drive far to get to their house, right? I moved, yeah. I pulled over. I didn't go home. I pulled over and I looked for the non-emergency police number. I called them. I told them exactly what happened. They said they're going to send somebody. Cool. I'm not opposed to calling the police on white people.
That part.
So I made sure to do that and also to help me calm down, because this is what I didn't want happening. Knowing what I just experienced, my adrenaline's pumping, my heart is going crazy. I didn't want to go back in that state, scare the supernatural bear, because he had just woken up. He's like, what was happening? Like that one night before I left. And I didn't want Raka, a black, Blasian, but black presenting 6'1" man, to hear that nothing's been resolved and that motherfucker went off on me, for him to in a rage go over there.
You? Yeah. Yeah.
To go over there to some unstable white men?
Right.
To put him in danger? No.
Insane.
So I pulled over to the side before I was one house away from my house, called the police. They're like, do you want a police officer to go to your house? I go, doesn't necessarily, unless they need questions, need to question me. I was like, but I would love, if time permits, if they could call me with an update.
Right. I
go, because I don't feel safe. Nisha's face.
Yes.
I don't feel safe.
That's the phrase
they use on us. No, I don't feel safe. I told them, they don't know what color I am. But
Right.
they think I'm white.
Assuming, yes, in the area you live and just
In the area that I
all that.
live, because she was super duper nice. And do you think I didn't code switch? I fucking code switched.
Oh, we gonna do that.
I'm going to do that all day.
All day, every day. Yes.
I was like, he was very unstable. I believe he's mentally unstable. And I don't feel safe. And then I was like, yeah. And I was like, I don't want to waste anyone's time, but I would appreciate. She's like, yeah, we'll call you back. Dude, if they did not show up right away, like this, right away. I was like, I'm not going to get a phone call, I'm not going to, no one's going to, I get a phone call. It's like, you hear the beep, beep, beep. They're like, this is some police. I was like, hi. And they're like, yeah, we went over there and, they said that they were just drilling in their garage, but they're sorry. The ordinance starts at 7. It goes 7 to 7. And I was like, ugh, white men doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And then I was like, okay, thank you. I go, but what's the next course of action if another day they start drilling at 6 o'clock? And I go, and she's like, you do exactly what you did today. You call this number and we'll send someone out. Okay. I go, okay, thank you. I appreciate it because I will be doing that.
Will do. Thank you so much. And you have a good day.
Dude.
Yes.
And then so when I got home, I went in the garage, I took some breaths, and I had calmed the fuck down.
Some chewing calms.
I calmed the fuck down, and then I came in. And the supernatural bear was, because he was awake and didn't know what was happening, he was like watching something on his iPad in our room. And Rocket comes out and he's like, what happened? I was like pointing, like, let's go to the office that's on the other side of the house. Mm-hmm. And I told him what happened. But I was like, but police are coming. He was unstable. Like, like I said it like, oh, he said this and this. Like I wasn't like, and this motherfucker. No.
Right.
I was just like, and then later on, I was like, that's really funny. I go, I've never had the opportunity. I go, but that must have been fun for that man to say, you ugly fuck. It's funny to me now, but I was just like,
that's so stupid. Like how, he's unstable. Like it could have been so easy to be walking up like, what's the problem? Oh, you know what? I am sorry. I'm just going to let you know we are going to start at 7.
Yeah. None of that. All he did. And I was telling my friend, she was dropping off her son over here. And I was like, he didn't know anything. You
could have been like, oh, I'm bringing you some flowers and I just want to make sure.
But he saw me. He saw me. He saw the color of my skin. And I am 99.9% sure that he saw someone of color. And he said, fuck you. I'm going to call the police. Well, you know what, motherfucker? I call the police on you.
It's done. Fuck you. Oh, my God. Yeah. It's too much. It's too much. I've kind of felt like that today. I went to the beach earlier. When I talked to you earlier, I was at the beach. So you can drive on the beach.
Oh.
And it's like dunes, sand dunes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like sand dunes and everything. So it clearly says 5 miles per hour. First off.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's 2 people in front of me. Then me in a big F-150 truck. Then a car behind me because they're following me. How fast am I going? This guy doesn't say nothing to nobody. And I'm not even going fast because, mind you, I had a young lady in the car with me. She's from the UK. So she was taking pictures of like little signs and stuff. So I was going slow. I know I was going slow. So then I just like started focusing. And because if you go too slow, your tires will spin. So I wasn't going too slow or too fast. I was literally probably going 7 miles per hour.
Okay.
But I'm not looking to gauge it because I'm not going fast. But I know I'm just like, I'm chill.
Yeah.
This dick on the side in a cop car, he's all, it's 5 miles per hour. Like, do you have a gun out right now? Because you don't.
Yeah. Where's your radar thing? Does that even exist?
Why are you even yelling at me? There's 2 fucking cars in front of me, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, because why?
Yeah.
Because why?
Because of skin color. For sure, dude. For fucking sure. You didn't tell these motherfuckers, but you're going to tell me. They're in front of me. I'm going with the flow of them. They might be a little bit ahead of me, so they're going fucking faster.
Right. So I just was like, how did that even make sense? Yeah. So I just was like.
Sounds about white.
Sounds about white. And the caucasity of it all.
The caucasity of it all, dude. All the time, dude. All the time. I was just like, That was my morning. I'm already on crazy deadline with multiple things and meetings and and this happens to start off the day. And then so when I got back in and I finished telling them the story, I was like, ooh, it's going to be a day. It's already started off. Day.
Yeah.
And then I was like, they just told them the time. Watch at 7:00. They're just gonna be and then, but then because they're unstable, luckily I think I was doing stuff in the kitchen. So then asked Rock, I was like, he goes, they were just going like, like they were like not trying to do the most. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought they would be so unstable and so upset that I called the cops on them that they were like, full blown at 7.
Right.
But they were like, he's like, it sounds like they were trying to do it all quiet, like, me. Yeah, fuck around and, find out.
Fuck around and find out. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
That's hilarious. So you should be ready at 7 in the morning. I'm so petty.
If it's 6:55, I don't give a fuck. If they do it tomorrow and it's 6:55, I'm calling the motherfucking cops.
No, you should have your speaker out. As soon as they start, just play your music. Like, bam, we're gonna be battling. Like, I don't even care. Like,
well, I don't want to mess it up for the whole neighborhood. And that's what I was telling. Like, they're so unstable. Like, the noise carries everywhere. 2-3 blocks of heard the drilling and heard him yelling at me.
Oh, other people complained?
No. I'm just saying they heard it because it's 6:00 in the morning. It's quiet as fuck. The acoustics here are crazy. They're like super like delicate. You could hear, you think someone's yelling, but they're like whispering, but they're right next door. It's crazy. Like, you can't fuck around here.
See what I'm saying? Baby, so, I would have put in a thing too. Like, then he'll be like, oh, 2 people called and complained on you. There. Yeah, like, dude, get it together. Yeah. Have some manners. Just be nice.
Just be thoughtful. Be like, oh, it's too hot to do it. Well, you know what? There's construction motherfucking people that do it all day long. This is the desert. Do it later. Do it at night, fucker. 6:00 in the morning.
That could happen. Oh, okay. So you have that. So just in my backyard, I have my backyard, and behind my backyard used to be trees, beautiful. Oh, okay. Zoop. They done. Then one day, like, they were just knocking down trees. So then they're like, okay, there's going to be houses back there. Why are the houses this close together and this high? Dude, they start at 6 in the morning. And I'm like, I know there has to be an ordinance. Luckily, it's not crazy. I can hear, but I can still hear it.
Yeah.
So I literally want to find I know, Florida's it's a whole different world.
Beast.
Like, do I waste my time? But it's just annoying. And so I'm like, oh, this is how my summer's going to go. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed, like right behind my backyard.
Yeah.
Like, I rolled over there on the property to see. Here they do like those communal mailboxes.
Yeah,
so hopefully in that space, it's like a little grassy space. Hopefully there'll be no house right there. But there's a house here.
That would be great.
So, yeah. It's terrible.
When it's construction, unfortunately, they have to get, when it's like they're building development, whatever, they got to go for the most part by the book so they don't get fined. So they also can get like special permission against ordinances if it's the city. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, to finish up, to
finish up, and they have a contract and
and it rains here every day, so they're probably, oh yeah, you can start early because it's gonna rain by 12. Like,
exactly. So, oh man, and then all these things started running through my head. Like, oh, now I called the cops on them. They're gonna be upset. They're gonna be drilling every day at 7 in the morning, and I'm gonna have to move. You know what I'm saying? I just started hearing all that. Like, I don't need to deal with that. But so the fact that they went back and were like,
it's a win.
It's a win. It's a win. You fucked up. You fucked around, and you found out.
That yeah. So with me. So when I was over there looking, I was videoing, but I was on FaceTime.
Okay.
And I was talking to Berto, and I'm like, look what they're building.
This is what's happening.
Look at these houses. Like, dude, of course, all Hispanic men. And here, it's not a lot of Mexicans. It's more like Venezuela,
Honduran.
Yeah. It's not Mexican, though. It's not Mexican.
Yeah,
you may have a little here and there, but not really.
Yeah.
So I forgot, like, what I was doing. So I'm just showing him, dude, they all were like
what is this bitch?
Up.
Yeah, like she's about
like
to...
La Migra, like
yeah,
what?
Yeah.
I didn't think of it. I didn't think of it till I was finished. And I just was like, hola. I was waving at them saying hi, like I'm just recording, like, you know. But like a lot of times, you know, they're peeping game.
Yeah.
Dead ass. And they're out there faithfully. And they're all like doing the roofs and stuff now.
Yeah, yeah.
Dead ass. The next 3 fucking days, quiet on the set.
See?
Nobody. Did I get them all fired? Like, what just happened? Did I mess up their money?
I don't know, man.
I felt really bad because I thought of it after. I'm like, no one's working. And I started thinking hard. Like, I think I messed up their money.
Yeah.
I think I messed up their money. I hope not.
I think you did, relative. I think you did.
Yeah. And that was not the plan. I felt bad. So I haven't been over there lately to see. And I just really haven't seen them. I think they're really like sparse on who's doing what.
Yeah.
But I feel bad. I did feel bad. So yeah, that's my story.
Well, it's unintentional.
Yeah.
It was unintentional. But at least you realized. You know, at least you realized.
Yeah. Sad case.
Yeah, that sucks.
So hopefully they get their money. We got a lot of Mexicans out here now, though. I was like, oh, this turning into Cali, baby. I might not ever have to move. What's going on? But it's still, again, not Mexican. It's they've been setting up these juice stands and like the fruit cups.
Nice.
Dude, everywhere. Not just in one part.
Nice.
Like I'll be driving, but the fruit I think is, people think it's fresh fruit, but I don't think it's fresh fruit. I just think it's like the powdered mix or whatever. They're still good, but I don't drink that. But they have a big ass cup full of fruit, $5.
Oh, nice.
Anything you want, but I only get cucumber and pineapple. But still, like, it's getting a little more diverse.
Nice.
So we'll see what the future brings.
So for the longest time, I've been talking about how food's terrible out here, and everyone says like, there's no street tacos, or if they are, they suck. And that one dude told me when I asked him, he told me he was gonna whisper to me, and he told me that I get back on the 10 and go back to LA because there's no good street tacos here.
Roll out. Oh yeah, my God, he kept
it trill and
roll out.
So one day I was selling, we went to the storage, so I was getting a bunch of stuff out of storage that I forgot that I had, and I was like selling some things, and I don't want people to come to the house. Right? I don't want people to come to the house. So I was like, there's a gas station a couple of blocks real close, and it's pretty central, and I'm going to meet there. So when I was looking it up, you're Googling it or whatever, and, certain times you look at something that has pictures, like Google search or whatever has pictures. I was like, what is that? Are those street tacos?
Oh.
Dude. We've been here for 4 years. They've been selling the bomb as street tacos at the gas station. So I called and I go, excuse me. I was like, do you guys sell tacos? Street tacos? She's like, yeah. Like, what the hell? And I was like, are they good? She goes, yeah, they're pretty good.
Are they
how
good?
they know? You know how I know they're good? Because when I went every time I go, also I go around lunchtime.
A line.
All the landscapers. I don't call them gardeners. I call them landscapers. All the gente are there.
Yes, that's how you know. That's how you know. For sure. Any culture.
Yeah, And then so I was like, if these are good, and we were, we're like, what? We finally found decent. I mean, they're not better than anything I could get any day in LA. But I mean, it's slim pickings out here, but they're really good. And so we got, the fellas got their chicken, and I got, carne asada, of course, con todo. And they were deluge.
Yes.
They were deluge.
Yeah, here it still sucks. I just can't. I'm like,
you should ask the
this?
frutero guy.
Yo, I've been to like legit. And I'm going to tell you where I've been going wrong. Like, I go to places like the little store, the little market where they sell the bun and the everything. And then next to it, they'll have it connected like the restaurant. And they have a lot of those here. I try different ones. But the thing is, they're not Mexican.
No, well,
they're not Mexican.
There it is.
That's what it boils down to.
You got to find the Mexican spots.
They're like Venezuelan, trying to cook like Mexican.
No, man, you can't.
Or just other. No.
You need to talk to a frutero, man.
They probably go to these places where I'm talking about.
And ask them where are they from and see where they go.
Yeah, I definitely do. Like, it's insane. I'm just like,
you got to go to the little stand. Like, if they're popping up the frutero guys, someone is popping up.
Oh, they got some trucks. I go to the trucks too. There's one truck I used to go to, but it disappeared. I don't know where it's at anymore because it's a truck, you know. But that truck is popping, and that was like 2 years ago. So yeah, and it would always be in the hood.
You got to
in the hood.
You got to go to the people.
Not Euclid, but in the hood. I don't even know if we have a Euclid here. I got to look it up.
I got to look it up too. I don't think I have one either.
I think I was in Orlando and they have one, I think. But I don't know about here. Can't say I
Yeah, you got to check it out. This relatives is short because I got to go, but we give you, we don't want to deprive you of a show. So, yeah, so let us know.
Chime
what
in.
Slang, if it's moded or molded.
My bad.
Wrong.
Road dog or roll dog. Y'all tripping.
Wrong.
It's road. ROAD. Come on.
Exactly.
Now.
It's road. All right then, relative.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
And now introducing
the Supernatural Bear Corner. Supernatural Bear.
Hello everyone, I'm the Supernatural Bear, back with another Supernatural Bear Corner, and this is my 10th take. Let's go. Let's hope I get it right this time. So, today we're going to be talking about Transformers voices, and whether or not I can do them, because honestly, I'm kind of decent at voice work, kind of not decent. I don't know how to do it. It's like a deep growl. I know how to do like a spitty growl, like, but, so we're gonna try some stuff. So number one, we're gonna do Dinobot. Now, not to be confused with the Dinobots from the Generation 1 cartoon. Dinobot is, well, if you couldn't tell by the name already, Dinobot transforms into a Velociraptor. Yes, he transforms into a Velociraptor. I call them Velocity Raptors. And he has like a weird kind of voice because he has like a kind of like growly voice, but at the same time he has like a expressive voice, so that it's not just like something like that. So, I'm going to show you how you could possibly do it. So first, you're going to have to know the lines. Dinobot. Maximize. Rah! And where's your honor? Like that. And then you're going to try and add like some graduate and some like velocity raptor noises, like just try and make a growly and inhale. So yeah, here's what the final product is. Dinobot maximize. And where's your honor? And where's your honor? And where's your honor? Like that. So number 2. Let's see here. Okay. So number 2 would probably have to be another one that's kind of difficult to do-ish. Like, gotta have like a high voice but a low voice at the same time. We're talking Shockwave. Shockwave is not Soundwave. He is his own character for all you non-Transformers people out there. He transforms into a space gun, and he's purple. A one-eyed, two-horned, just call him a one-eyed, two-horned flying purple people eater. Let's just call him that. So, he's like, has an old man, like, back in my day, but like half of that, so like, back in my day. So, like, back in my day, we used to fight people with other people. And then add just the slightest kind of British accent-ish. Back in my day, we used to fight people with other people. And then make that slightly lower. So then I guess you would apply that same effect to any line you want. And here it is. Illogical. You have no honor. You're stupid. Yes. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the SMB Corner. I'm probably going to be doing a part 2 for the next episode of Relatives. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode of Word to Your Mama. Stay safe, guys. And may the force be with you. Because, I should have said hello there. Anyway, bye.
Shooby-doos. Yeah. There you have it, folks. Episode 89 of Word to Your Mama. Relatives 18. Relatives 18. That is correct. And we got the little supernatural bear with the many takes, but then he gave you some of his voice, acting skills. So yes, please leave us a comment, send us a DM, send us an email, what have you, tweet us, whatever, and let us know what slang you used to use back in the days, what slang you have never stopped using, and what slang you refuse to use. But also, is it moded or molded? Important questions that we need the answers to. As always, like I mentioned in the beginning, all the show notes, not nuts, the show notes will have links to a lot of the different things that we spoke about. But definitely check out when I am on the Rick H show, hosted by Rick H and his lovely, amazing co-host Jasmine Slay with Jazz. It was live. It was great. I had an amazing time. Towards the end, we get a special guest, Dr. G, and I really think you should tune in for that. I really recommend watching it on YouTube for the visuals. That's all I will say. I will not spoil. But thank you so much, as always, for your support. You could leave a review. Spread the word. Tell your folks, tell your peeps, tell your friends. The more people we get to listen to this, the bigger the community becomes. So help out if you could, please, because that's free. But you also, if you want to become a patron, we have a link to that. If you want to donate just directly, link to that. If you want to buy us a whiskey via buy us a coffee, there'll be a link to that. Reviews are free. Telling your peeps, your folks, and your friends is free. You can buy something from the store. I mean, the different ways to support are endless. Thank you again, and I will see you next time. As always, we reap. Word to Your Mama is owned and produced by Ritzy P. Intro beat produced by Nico Beats. If you want to know more, you want to email us, you want to get the media kit, go head over to wordtoyourmama.com. Word to Your Mama is now part of the Latina Podcasters Network. And as always, Word to Your Mama is brought to you by RitzyPeriwinkle.com.